Top Hill Recording Podcast, episode 173. What's up, Neil? Look at us, man.
What's going on? Moving on up to the big time, huh?
Yeah. So we are at To The Moon Creative with Trent and Tom in Nashville. Thanks to Melissa Bolea Rowe.
Aha! I knew you were going to mess
Bolea.
it up. You said you were Spanish before this.
I am. Bolea. I said it right. With Rhyme Partners. So we want to thank all those guys and gals, and we appreciate being here. And tonight's guest is Lexi Anand.
Just break my heart, leave it into it's already shattered. A little more will do. Your words get meaner, so hugs get tighter. The nights feel longer. I miss our love younger when you held me tight. Didn't leave with the light. Believed in all I could do. It hurts to see the new you. Who you are now isn't who you were then. I don't want your love if it comes with so much pain. If you just set me free, I could finally breathe. Just break my heart, leave it into it's already shattered. A little more will do. Just break my heart, leave it into like you already do. You already do. Couldn't make my birthday. Said you had a bad day. That would never be okay if you were in your old ways. Who I love now isn't who I loved then. I don't want your love if it's only in vain. If you just set me free, I could finally breathe. Just break my heart, leave it into it's already shattered. A little more will do. Just break my heart, leave it into like you already do. You already do. I just live in the words I write to feel like I'm being loved right. I know we're only fine in between the lines of my pages. The daggers in to strike it through. Just break my heart, leave it into it's already shattered. A little more will do. Just break my heart, leave it into like you already do. It's better into.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Nice, Lexi. Nice.
Great.
All right, Lexi. Nice job.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit
Thank
about that
you.
song.
So it's called Two, and I wrote it like a month or a couple months ago. And it's kind of about like almost begging for this moment of closure in a relationship because the relationship is just kind of dragged on and you're just like, at that point, like your heart's already breaking. So you're just like, well, just put the final nail in the coffin kind of.
So that's a brand new song.
Break my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we breaking it on Top
I
Hill
also-
Recording
I
Podcast?
also need to respell how I've had two. Did OO. It sounds like a WO. Two
Yeah.
pieces. Makes sense.
Break it in two.
Well, Lexi, we always start the podcast. We're going to ask you to go back to your earliest memories of music
Okay.
and what you remember. And you know, if there's like a point in your life where you realized music was going to be a big part of your life, where that might have happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I was like a couple months old, my mom had me in like kinder music classes. And so
A couple months.
yeah, like I was a little baby and they would like play classical music for like babies essentially. So yeah, music has always been a part of my life. And when I was 6, I wrote my first song, and I was already in like
That's crazy.
singing, like I was already singing like in kindergarten. And so songwriting was just kind of a really natural like thing that happened. I feel like it was just like a natural progression of like my musical journey because I was already singing and I like loved writing. So it just kind of worked out perfectly. And it's really funny because my first grade teacher noticed that I loved to write. And so she gave me this separate journal to do like additional work in. And I ended up just like writing songs instead in that journal. So
That's crazy. 6 years old.
I'm just sitting here thinking, so what does a 6-year-old write about? Like, what's the song topic?
Yeah, my first song was called When I Wake Up, and it was just about waking up in different places. But yeah.
I was when I was
Cheerios.
6 years old, the craziest thing I did was not write a song. It was almost get kicked off the bus the first day of school. But to be writing and creative, I was causing chaos. I couldn't imagine like thinking creatively at 6 years old. That's wild that your brain has worked that way for that long.
You know what? I don't even have memories of 6 years old. I've had a good childhood, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I think it was just like a really natural thing that happened, and it just kind of, I just really enjoyed it, and then I kept doing it. And yeah.
So kinder music, is that like an organized program? I've never heard of it.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's this organization. And I don't know, I may be like misinforming you, but I think they just like have babies come and they introduce them to music. Yeah.
I could see how that could be influential, man. I swear music is soul soothing, especially for like young ages. I think of people that are pregnant to play music a lot, there's something to it. I completely believe it.
Yeah.
It like forms your brain differently.
Well, you just think about yourself. How many times do you turn on music when you're feeling a certain way and you don't want to feel that way, or you're feeling a certain way and you want to feel more of it, or whatever?
Or like you listen to music that makes you feel a way that you didn't know you felt.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, I don't know, you listen to a Jason Isbell record, like his new record that came out. There's songs on there you go, I didn't know I was sad today, but hey, I guess I am.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I have this memory of when I was like, I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9. And I was at my local like Philharmonic, the Naples Philharmonic, and I was watching them perform. And there was this musician, I think his name was Jonathan Butler, and he performed Silent Night. And I remember I just was like so emotional watching that performance. And I was like, how is everyone here not like sobbing? Like, and I feel like that was like a really, like a breakthrough moment. It made me realize that like not everyone maybe feels music like so intensely.
100%.
So Lexi, you just brought back a childhood memory for me.
Let me hear it.
So I've told this story about my family before, but they used to sing, there were a couple songs when I was like 2 or 3 that would make me bawl. Just cry. And they thought it was hilarious when their friends would come over, hey, watch what we could do to Brad. They would sing this song and make me cry. One of them was Old Rugged Cross, I think. I can't remember what the other was, but.
Are you serious?
Yeah, wow.
That's going to be your new ringtone, dude. Old Rugged Cross is going to play every time you call me.
So what age did you start playing music, playing an instrument, and what was it?
I started with piano. I think I was probably like about the same age, like first grade. Because my mom played piano growing up and she wanted my sister and me to play. So I started playing piano, and then I picked up guitar. Maybe a couple years later, I found my mom's old guitar in a closet, and I went on YouTube and learned how to play.
I got to know.
Taught yourself.
I asked this on the way up. I wonder what kind of guitar it was. What was it? Do you remember?
I think it was like, I don't remember the brand, but it was like a classical guitar. So it was
nylon
smaller.
strings.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So did it sounded like not that you were forced to play piano, but piano lessons were, hey, I want you to learn music. You're going to get in piano lessons type of deal.
No, it was definitely like, my mom was like, oh, it's a good idea to learn. But I was like, I love piano. Like I write a lot. Like it wasn't, I don't really think it was forced. It was like
kind of mutual.
Okay.
Like I want to play and
Well, I just, it was kind of because asking more of like when you searched out the guitar, when you found that, were you a little more drawn to it, or did it kind of just give you another way to explore music and an extension more so?
I feel like I was just seeing performers play guitar and then I saw one and I was like, I should probably learn this. And I fell in love with it. But I feel like even now, like when I'm visualizing music, I feel like I always see it on a piano.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe I feel like pianos makes it easier, I think, to visualize music. I don't know if you
I agree with that.
but
I do.
Yeah.
I've had that conversation with I don't know. Were you a part of that conversation when we talked about just seeing?
Just because it's laid out linearly, or
It's
what?
like there it is. It makes total sense.
Definitely.
And like melody writing, I don't know if you use it for like melody writing, but it seems like the chords are there and you can just dance a little bit more than you can do so on a guitar or other instruments. I don't know. Do you ever get stuck on melodies and then maybe switch what you were writing on just to see if it would help?
Yeah, I did that with my song coming out on Friday, Exit. I wrote
coming
it
out on Friday?
Yeah, this Friday.
Hey, all right, Exit, check it out. It's out now if you're listening to this.
But yeah, I wrote that on guitar. But when I was first writing it, I had it on piano, and then I switched it to hear what it would sound like on guitar, and I kept writing it on that.
Did it change the way that the song came out, you think, at all when you switched over to guitar?
Yeah, I think so. But when we went in to produce it, it ended up on the piano again.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So how much time are you spending now focused and dedicated to writing? I know you're in Nashville, in school, right?
Yeah.
And not in in one of the tougher schools in the nation, in Vandy. How much time can you dedicate to sitting down and hammering out tunes and really getting into it right now?
Well, right now I'm trying to write a song like at least a day.
Wow.
At least one song every day.
Awesome. How's that going?
It's going well.
Yeah.
I feel like once I finish a song, then like all these ideas, like melodic ideas come to me. I don't know. I feel like it's like you have to get one song done and then like you actually start writing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's always been my
So do you think one kind of leads to the next for you?
Yeah, I feel like it's like a warm-up. Like I write the first song is like the warm-up song and then it gets real.
The more you write, the more you tend to write and the better you tend to get. So
yeah, I feel like writing
that's why I'm no good. I don't write very often. But a song a day, that's impressive.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a muscle. Like you just have to keep working it out. But definitely during school, it's a lot harder to commit to a song a day. But now that I just have time to work on music this summer, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
How do you balance that when you're in school full time?
Well, I mean, the thing about college is you don't have class every day. So I am like very, I guess like strategic when I'm like choosing my classes. So I make them all on certain days of the week. So I have other days to just like focus on music.
Okay.
And also at night, I feel like I always relax by like going to a practice room and like playing the piano and messing around.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have created a good balance for yourself,
Yeah.
We talk about balance. As a matter of fact, we were talking about balance on the way down here and just having life to where everything helps each other instead of where you're all in, all out. Anything, one thing takes away from another and eats itself. So it sounds like you have your mindset right to where everything kind of feeds towards your goal.
Yeah. And I try to think about that. Like I try to align like everything that I'm doing during the day. Like, is that going to help me get to where like I'm hoping I end up? So I try to think about that when I'm planning my day. But it's also been super nice because I took a songwriting class last semester, and that was my first time like having a music class like built into like my academics.
Oh, okay.
So that was like life-changing. And I loved my songwriting teacher, Deanna Walker. She was super helpful. So
I could imagine.
Do you
that
feel
would
like
be
you grew
nice.
through that course?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like lyrically I grew a lot. Because she just gave amazing feedback, and she like knew exactly, I feel like, what my songs needed to tell. She knew what to tell me, exactly what my songs needed. So
Does a songwriting class look a lot like a songwriting group you might join outside of school? I mean, did you guys bring songs to class and critique and
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she would give us like a prompt every week, and then we would come in with our songs, perform them, and then the class would critique you. She would critique you. Then you'd come back the next week with your critiqued song.
That would have to be helpful. Did you write two in the since you started that class?
Did I write
two? The first song you did.
Oh yeah, I wrote that during that class actually.
Okay, because like lyrically, you can tell that it's more mature. It's the words are chosen better. It's a great way to say that sentence. Your words are chosen better. Sorry, you know what I mean? It just it
totally.
sounds
Intentionally.
yes.
Yeah.
There's intent with that song, and you're creating that picture of really shattering the heart and kind of.
Yeah.
But you're not doing it in a way that's not digestible. You know, a lot of people can be too smart for the room sometimes, and try to be wordsmiths in a way that takes away from the experience sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, well, let me look that up after I get done with this song. But you use stuff that's so relatable and digestible that is that something that maybe that class or you intend with your writing? Is there an intent to make it well-written yet not offensively like overdone? You know what I mean? Just too brainy. Too like, let me go look that up. Because there's times you can do that.
I feel like she was good at like making sure your lyrics are universal.
That's the word. Universal.
And, like, because I feel like some of the ideas I brought, like they were maybe like more complex, like emotionally. And she was like a big advocate on making sure that like the language that I use to express those maybe more so like complex feelings are simple, and because it's really relatable. And it's just, you have to like communicate it simply in a song, especially in the pop world. So
yeah.
I'm ready to hear another song. What do you think?
Well, I'm not going to say no to that, man. Of course. All right,
tell
what's the next
tell us what
one?
you're going to play for us next.
the next song I'll play is called Summer Love. It's a song I wrote with Christina Trumbolo, track format, Hans Geraldo. Like I think I was 15, so years ago now.
It's crazy.
But it was my debut single. So I thought it'd be perfect as summer's right around the corner. It's here.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Summer Love. Awesome.
When you look into my eyes, I just turn away and try to hide it. No matter what I do, I think of you. How is that to know that I feel this way? It drives me crazy. I just can't hide loving you. When I'm with you, everything's better. When we're together, you take the rain away. I want you to know, I guess what I'm trying to say. I wanna be a summer love. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wanna be a summer love. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wanna be a summer love. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wanna be a summer love. There you are, high tide, you and I never thought you'd say yes. Didn't think this day would come like a summer breeze. Feels like magic, walking in the sand, holding hands. When I'm with you, everything's better. When we're together, you take the rain away. I want you to know, I guess what I'm trying to say. I wanna be a summer love. Ooh, 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 ooh.
right, another great song, Lexi.
Thank you.
Did you say you wrote that when you were 15?
Yeah, I wrote that when I was 15 with 3 other writers at a studio called Gray Noise in New York. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
15. So, a lot of times when we have, especially single artists with a guitar in, and when you listen to their stuff and it has other things going on, bands, music, any type of like synth beat or anything like that behind, you always wonder, what is it going to sound like when it's stripped down with the guitar? And I love it. I like your tone is so good. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And when you break it down in just a guitar and a vocal and it sounds better, not better, but it interprets so well as it does. It's just, I love that.
I concur.
Love that. Yeah.
We listened to Lexi and Anand on the way down here on Spotify.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I love hearing you with just an acoustic guitar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you do that very often?
Just me and my
Just
guitar.
solo acoustic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. Like, do I record that or
Just perform, just record any, how often do you?
When I perform, it's usually just me and my guitar or me and a keyboard.
Yeah.
I love performing like just acoustically. And this song that's coming out on Friday is definitely more acoustic, which I like. So.
But like when you have a tonal quality like yourself, when you do have just an instrument in yourself, it really, I think it allows people to lean in and really hear what you're doing. And like the little intricacies that you do with your runs and some of those things with flipping your voice that maybe you don't catch as much when it's a live recording, but to hear it, it's just, it's awesome. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like music is kind of, it feels like everything's kind of turning more towards the acoustic, at least like in popular music. Like, I feel like there's so many artists that are bringing back just like simple acoustic music, which I like.
Yeah. For a little bit, especially like with, we're from Louisville, so we can say it, bro country. It got very, very beat driven and almost like 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
And country crossed over. And it became, and it's still, there's still a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you walk Broadway, that's what you'd hear most of it is a lot of that coming out of the bars, which people still love. But I do agree with you. There is a switch being flipped that people want to hear authenticity. And when you can break it down like that, how could you not want to hear that over something that feels more produced and built up? It's hard to disguise tone and talent and ability when it's just that.
Yeah.
So
it's not much to hide behind.
No, there's nothing to hide behind. It's show up or especially down here, kick rocks if you.
When did you first start performing, like public performances? When did they start for you?
I know when I first performed like an original song, it was in my 4th grade like talent recital.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a song called "Out of the Game."
It's not even the first song. The first song, what was the first song called?
When I Wake Up.
Yeah, that was it. We're into.
That was 6 years old.
Yeah, it was a couple years.
She sat on that for a while.
But the first time I ever performed, maybe like a few years before that, I think I was like I performed. I don't remember the song, but in a church, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so you started performing publicly early.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I think just in like recitals and talent recitals for school and yeah.
So you just, I think I read somewhere, you just had a pretty cool study abroad experience, right?
Yeah, I did. It was amazing. We went to Geneva, Switzerland. We went to Italy. We went to Denmark, the Netherlands, like all these amazing places. I definitely chose it because it went to the most places in the shortest amount of time.
So how long were you gone on that?
A month, the full month of May.
So you were moving, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you were moving. It's like, hey, look, there's Geneva. Let's go to Italy now.
Yeah, no, school was out and I got on a plane.
That is So what do you gather from your travels? Did you learn anything, or are you still processing?
I'm still processing. I had a really insane thing that happened while I was in Amsterdam.
Got to hear about it.
I was at a flea market and this really sweet lady, her name's Ivana, she came up to me and she asked if I was a singer. And then she told me that she listens to my music.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm never, ever going to forget you.
That is unbelievable.
What did your classmates think about that? Were they around?
I told my professor and he was like shocked.
That is wild.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have been cooler, like crazier, is if she had a T-shirt with your face on it. Like, I signed this. That's insane.
And she recognized you. Yeah.
Are you a singer? I just thought like maybe she looked at you and thought, well, she looks like a singer. That is literally
cool.
on
that is cool.
other side of the world.
You know what we're getting ready to start?
Weston's questions. Hey, I'm getting good at this, man. I think it's the double hands. I think it's, you don't present much. So I guess when you do it, mate, hey, appreciate you.
Lexi's wondering what the heck's going on here. So I was gone for a while. While I was gone, they called these the Weston's questions.
Okay.
So
got it.
First, tell us something non-musical people would like to know about you.
I have a little Havanese named Winnie. I love dogs. Yeah.
Kentucky Humane Society is waiving all adoption fees right now if you want to come to Louisville and get you one for free, by the way. That's true.
I would love that.
They have plenty of beagles.
Man, we had some dog tragedy on the hill, man.
Really?
Yeah, well, I'd call it cat tragedy. I wouldn't call it dog tragedy. It was cat tragedy. Killer dogs on the loose on Top Hill, you guys. Be warned.
Let's not talk about that.
All right. Sorry. Like I said, Kentucky Humane Society is adopting dogs for free right now. Come get your dog. Or cat.
All right. How about a nightmare gig or something embarrassing that's happened to you while you're on stage?
Well, during one of those recitals, I was singing a song from Les Mis and I completely forgot like the second verse. So I was just standing up there looking at the audience and like nothing was coming. So I think I finally got around when the chorus came, but
okay. Here's the good
news. I was getting ready to ask if you recovered. Yeah.
A little.
The good news is if you do that enough, it no longer becomes embarrassing. It just becomes part of the game. Second verses, we don't do second verses around here. We do first verses twice.
You're exposed in that setting. It's not like the third set at a bar, at 2 a.m. and you forget the words to that song you just threw in.
No, that's a real deal. Les Mis.
Yeah. And I didn't even think to sing the first verse lyrics again. I just stood there.
Yeah.
Just watched the crowd. Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
So this question might be a little different since we're, in Nashville, but who's the last local artist you listened to?
Like independent, not signed, just somebody that we should know about.
Well, I'll shout out my friend June Rosewell, or June Calentis. I think her stage name's June Rosewell. But I saw her perform months ago now, but she's an incredible singer-songwriter.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's kind of like Mazzy Star kind of
really?
Energy. Yeah, she's incredible. She just graduated from Vanderbilt, but
congratulations
listen to her.
on that.
Have you met a lot of other singers, songwriter, music people at Vandy, I guess?
Yeah. Well, especially being a part of that songwriting class with Deanna, I met so many singer-songwriters. I think there's definitely not as many as Belmont or MTSU, but we are growing, I think. So
I almost wonder if that's beneficial to not have the numbers of the Belmonts that are so huge, and maybe, I don't know, but maybe a little bit more cutthroat, maybe a little bit more not cheering for other musicians. Maybe the smaller class set of that is helpful for the growth of everybody in it.
Yeah, I mean, I love Belmont. I think it's such a magical place with all the musicians. But I think it's nice at Vandy because you get like definitely a lot more one-on-one attention, like with people like Deanna Walker, who, you know, is just a wealth of knowledge. So that's nice. And I feel like it's easier to kind of, maybe this is, I don't know if this is completely true, but I feel like it's easier to get people to like go to your shows because there's less like singer-songwriters on campus. So, yeah.
Huh. Makes sense.
You grew up in Florida, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naples, Florida.
Do you think you'll find yourself sticking around Nashville now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Naples. It's a beautiful place, but it's really quiet there. It's nicknamed Nap Town for a reason. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go back to Naples like years and years from now, but definitely years and years from now.
That's what everybody else there says. They're like 74 is the median age, isn't it?
So our fourth question we usually ask, but we're not going to ask because we know you
say,
haven't
what's your
had
favorite-
any alcohol since you're not 21. But we
favorite,
usually ask what's your favorite
beverage?
bourbon.
Favorite beverage?
Yeah, favorite beverage.
What's your favorite
Sweet
drink?
tea all day.
Hey,
Sweet
I had a
tea.
99-cent Arizona sweet tea on the way down here.
Was
Yeah.
it good?
Arizona tea is the only drink that's been 99 cents for like 100 years
You know
now.
why?
Yeah.
Because it's not that good, man. Get Milo's.
Yeah, but it's 99
Milo's.
cents.
That's for a reason. For a reason. Get Milo's.
Lexi knows
Ladies and
what I'm
gentlemen.
talking about. You know,
get
if you're going to get a
Milo's.
sweet tea, you can get a big Arizona
Arizona,
can
Don't
for
endorse
It's
this.
99
good.
Don't endorse this. Don't endorse this. Milo's all day. You can get a gallon for like $1.50. $3.
Let's hear another
84.
song. What
What
do you
you
have
got?
for us, Lexi? Tell us about it.
So this next song is called In Trouble, and I wrote it maybe like 2 years ago. And it's just about like falling for someone you shouldn't fall for.
All right.
Finding myself in the depths of night, talking to a really bad guy. The warnings I get to stay away from him come faster than sound. Drinking who knows what till who knows when he's ruining my life again. Over and over and over I go back. I'm in trouble, in trouble, in trouble. I'm in trouble, in trouble, in trouble for falling for the wrong guy. No one called you in the raging storm at 2 a.m., but I did, and I'm fine with the silent treatment, but your eyes haven't left mine all day. You've been making bad decisions, now you've lost your mind. Your mind. Over and over and over I go back. I'm in trouble, in trouble, in trouble. I'm in trouble, in trouble, in trouble for falling for the wrong guy. You say something mean, but I'm still coming back. And you do something bad, but I'm still coming back. I'm in trouble, in trouble, in trouble. I'm in trouble, in trouble, in trouble. I'm in trouble, in trouble, in trouble. I'm in trouble, in trouble, in trouble for falling for the wrong guy.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Nice. So, Lexi, our listeners that want to follow you a little more closely, where can they find you?
Well, they can follow me on Instagram at Lexi Anand Music. It's ANAND. Or at my website, which is just lexianand.com, or Spotify, Lexi Anand, and all the streaming platforms.
Yeah. And go out and listen to Exit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got any shows or anything coming up that you?
Yeah, I'm performing at the Bluebird. Well,
Awesome.
Melissa is in the writer's round, and I'm going to be there just to perform Exit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll
Big
be...
time.
Yeah.
When's that coming up?
I think June 23rd.
Okay. So
June 23rd?
We
June
all look at
28th.
Melissa.
June
28th. June 28th.
All right, so
June
Melissa's
28th.
in the round.
6
You're playing
p.m.
Exit, 6 p.m., June 28th.
There
This
we
go.
will
Yeah.
be out then.
Yeah.
So perfect. If you're in Nashville, get there.
Yeah.
And if you want to see something cool,
Yeah.
drive there.
Yeah. Lexi, we want to ask you to play us out with a song. What do you have for us?
So this song's called Exit.
All right.
You can
All right.
stream it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a song I wrote about leaving a toxic relationship and kind of like the entire mental process of making that decision to leave. Yeah, it's a song that I wrote last summer, and it means a lot to me. So
Awesome. Well, thank
Well,
you
we
for
appre-
sitting down
yeah.
with us. It's
Thanks
been a
for
pleasure.
chatting with us.
thank
We've
you
enjoyed
for
it.
having me.
Awesome.
Blamed it on the telephone for making me feel alone. Now I finally see it was never the screen. In the name of love, I found you. Delusion can't keep me from what's always been true. Poison and blood is out to get out. I don't ever wanna leave. I'm telling myself you're good for me, but I know you know the exit is the best place for me. I know you know the exit is the best place for me. Can't live like this, I'm begging for an exit door, an exit door. Can't live like this, I'm begging for an exit door, an exit door. Toxic relations keeping me sedated. I don't use my voice, I don't make noise. Instead I make amends and follow dead ends. Maybe I'll change and get help from friends. It'll only get better if I get out. I don't ever wanna leave. I'm telling myself you're good for me, but I know you know the exit is the best place for me. I know you know the exit is the best place for me. Can't live like this, I'm begging for an exit door, an exit door. Can't live like this, I'm begging for an exit door, an exit door. I don't ever wanna leave. I'm telling myself you're good for me, but I know you know the exit is the best place for me. I know you know the exit is the best place for me. Can't live like this, I'm begging for an exit door, an exit door. Can't live like this, I'm begging for an exit door, an exit door. Can't live like this, no, 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 no.
Yeah. Thanks again, Lexi.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.